certainly, I believe that the comments about Iran's hate and obsession for us is really what drives their actions against us. I think even more than the fact that they might perceive us as being weak. I was interested in early, a couple hours ago, General Keane's testimony and Mr. Garrick's testimony. General Keane, you certainly believe that so far, it sounds like the sanctions which we have been using have been not as effective as they could be, and you use the term we ought to be grabbing them by their throats and really ramping up the sanctions, everything from seizing their assets to denying them entry to ports around the world. Mr. Garrick feels that until we shoot somebody, they're not going to pay attention. Sitting here 2 hours later, is that still your view, General Keane, that the ramped up version of the sanctions is really where we ought to be going now, or do you feel like the only way to get their attention is to use military action and actually shoot someone?
Yeah, I do think the fact that they made this decision to come inside the United States and conduct this attack is something that we should not walk away from, and we should not treat it like other terrorist attacks in the region, even though many of those were against us as well. I'm suggesting that they have been killing us for 30 years, and we all know that, and until we get more effective with a response, they will continue to kill us, and they will continue to work against our interests in the region. Remember, their objective is to drive us out of the region. That's clearly what they want. And so, to date, on the merits of it, we haven't been effective in stopping them from, 1, killing us, 2, sponsoring terrorism, and 3, continue a program to develop nuclear weapons, which I'm convinced they haven't given up on. So I want to relook at the whole issue. Number one, admit to us that they are our strategic enemy and use all the elements of national power, hold the military element in check, and as I said figuratively, get our hands around their throat using all those elements of national power. And do it comprehensively and as much near simultaneous as we possibly can. And I agree with Rule that yes, we should target them. I mean, my God, we got other terrorist organizations and the leaders of them who've killed us, and we've targeted them, we've killed them. And why do these guys get a pass? They shouldn't get one. They should feel that kind of pressure. I'm not suggesting that we bring in military forces and conduct operations inside Iran. I'm not suggesting that at all. I am suggesting that we conduct covert operations. I am suggesting we conduct espionage that's covert as well. They have to feel some of this pressure. And if we don't recognize that, I'm convinced it's just going to continue.
Thank you. Anyone else want to answer that? You're backing down on shooting someone? Obviously, being low on the totem pole here, most of my questions have already been asked and answered. But one of the things, maybe just I'll ask the entire panel, none of you really